your skin plus sun plus nutrition causes cancer. Skin and sun doesn't do it alone. What is the environment that's being burned? What does that environment look like? Okay. Hey everyone, this is Dr. Barrett. I'm a board certified chiropractic physician with a passion and emphasis in functional nutrition. We can't wait to add value to your health as well as the health of your family. Thanks for listening in to the Real Health Podcast.
Hey, before we jump into today's episode, do me a favor. If you like this episode and you like hearing from Dr. B, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Instagram. We're really trying to get this health movement out. So without further ado, let's get to today's episode. Welcome back to the Real Health Podcast with Dr. B. This is your host, Lane. Good morning, Dr. B.
Hey man, good morning.
How are you?
My legs are tired.
That we are. We just did a little workout here at Armor Health in West Knoxville. So remember, if you are a resident or live here in the Knoxville area, make sure you come check out the new Armor Gym. Armor Health is where you practice.
That's right.
That's where you practice. So make sure you come and check them out. Let's see here. We had a lot of good feedback on the common household toxic items that we did for episode 13.
I thought so too. I got a few questions in the practice over the last couple weeks, and so that's why I think we decided to do this episode, which is a continuation of the last one, and just kind of dives into a little bit more toxic household products and things to be mindful of inside your home.
That's perfect. Let's get into a couple of the things that we love hearing from our listeners, and then also getting to know you a little bit. But actually, let's do that first. So, I don't know, I'm going to throw this out there. So spring is here, the weather is nicer. So what's something as the weather changes, a biohack or something that somebody can do? Because, winter is gloomy and, everything gets thrown off because you're indoors all the time. What's something that someone can implement in the springtime, summertime to up just maybe how the way they feel per se?
Oh, it's easy. Be outside and barefoot. So if you were to be outside with minimal clothing, not butt naked, but
they have a fenced-in yard.
Yeah, to each their own. And you were to absorb as much vitamin D as possible through the sun, as well as go barefoot so you can walk around on that grass and get all that natural electrons through the earth, what we call grounding, then that's going to significantly improve many things, not just how you feel, but also just your immune system. And it's one of the reasons why there really isn't a quote-unquote like flu season. There's an immune deficient season. And we're immune deficient and compromised because we're spending less time outside, less vitamin D, natural vitamin D production. And so that impairs our immune system, as well as we eat a bunch of junk food, usually during the wintertime. So I would say that simple thing, just be outside more, shirts off, and barefoot.
Everyone just feels better in these months, and I love it. Me included, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do the review of the week, and I really just want to emphasize that how much we truly appreciate the follows, the mentions. If you have commented on any like the Facebook post and or the Instagram post, or DM'd us advice, or just thanks for doing the podcast, that really does get to Dr. Barrett and I and the team, and we really appreciate it. So today's is from Kirsty Rose, and she says that she's been a patient for Dr. B for over a year now and have seen many benefits in her life from both the chiropractic care she's received as well as implementing his advice in my day-to-day life. I've seen a massive improvement in my seasonal allergies, plug for one of the episodes that we did a couple of times ago, and has began a nutrition plan through the Health Factory. He's a wealth of knowledge, and it makes it so simple to implement. If you are a local, make it a point to get yourself plugged in to the Health Factory or Armor Health. I'm so thankful for Dr. B and Lane have taken the time to make this podcast and spread the message of health far and wide. If you make the decision in your life that he recommends, you will definitely notice the benefits. Thanks for sharing your knowledge, Dr. B. Kirsty, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Thanks for taking the time to do that. And she gave us a 5-star review.
Come on.
That actually, guys, if you're listening to this right now, that really does help. On Apple, it kind of boosts up there. We're almost at 6,000 downloads.
Wow, that's crazy. Really?
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so we're almost at 6,000 downloads. So that absolutely helps. Thanks so much, Kirsty.
This episode could get fun. Not only am I lightheaded right now, but I feel like I just did an hour-long workout, like conditioning, and so my lungs are filling up with fluid as we speak. But,
I'm actually shaking as we're sitting here right now.
Yeah, my legs are shaking. There's a little tremble coming through the mic on your end.
We did 50 squats very quickly, and then about 15 minutes afterwards, I was like, that was not a good idea. Or was it?
Yeah, we just got to adapt to it.
Episode 15, we're going to continue on what episode 13 was. So if you haven't listened to 13, listen to that and then jump over here to episode 14. Let's get into it. Some household items that people have in their house that they probably don't even think about that they should, would, could. Let's do it and switch. Let's go.
Okay, first thing, I want to talk about the Teflon pans that most people use. So non-stick pans are extremely toxic to your body. They contain a fluoride-type molecule, we call it fluoroethylene, and this type of fluoroethylene, when it is heated, goes into the obvious food supply that you're making it in, and then it gets absorbed into the body. It's extremely toxic to the bones, the thyroid, the brain, and so non-stick pans are a no. Like, don't use them. In lieu of those, we want to use stainless steel or cast iron pans, and those are definitely going to be superior when it comes to the nonstick over the nonstick from a health perspective. So nonstick Teflon pans are terrible.
The infomercials of the eggs not sticking to the Teflon pans are so cool, though.
They are, and they make life so much easier. But I'll tell you, if you get a good like cast iron pan,
okay,
or if you want to spend a little bit more, like there's a glass enamel type ceramic cast iron we call Le Creuset, and that's a French brand that's it's cast iron, but it's sealed with kind of like this glass enamel. Those are ceramically coated. Those are great as well.
Someone listening to this right now is going over to Amazon, their app. What should they Google, or what should they put in the search bar?
I would do just cast iron, and you can find that at really anywhere. Lodge cast iron, even locally.
But let's be honest, probably going to go to Amazon.
Yeah, so Le Creuset, Lecreuset.
Perfect. I know that we used to have some Teflon pans in the house and no longer there, and they do kind of cleaning those can be awful, but I would rather clean those than put that stuff in your body.
That's right.
Cool. Next one.
It's kind of like the cleaning detergents we use for our laundry. So like fabric softeners and the actual cleaning agent, we call it like Tide traditionally. So those detergents and those fabric softeners are really, really harmful. I mean, imagine putting a toxic shield on your body like that you're just absorbing 24/7 as you're wearing these clothes. And these are mainly containing ammonium salts that are very, again, detrimental to the brain and nervous system. So you smell these fragrances and you think it smells good, but these synthetic chemicals are very, very damaging to the body. They form a lot of free radicals. So in lieu of the fabric softeners, what we want to do is get a wool ball, like a wool dryer balls, and you can actually just put a couple drops of essential oil on them. And instead of detergents, one thing that we've used is what we call an ozone water generator. So this is just something you can get on Amazon, of course, and it's you plug your cold water line into this ozone water generator, and this ozone water filled with ozone is going to clean and purify mold and toxins and bacteria in your laundry. And so those are the two things we use in lieu of your traditional Tide and fabric softeners.
If you're listening to this and you're going ozone water generator, like, wow, that sounds like a huge undertaking. Let me tell you, I am not the handiest of handy, and we ordered that, and it is the most simplest thing to implement into your house. You unplug your cold or warm, and you plug it in, and you mount it. It's so simple, I even did it. How about that?
There we go.
There you go. So the ozone water generator, and then and that actually, that's what hotels and large hotels and cruise ships, they use that ozone water.
They do, because it gets mold out of the fabrics.
Yeah, cool. All right, ozone, wool dryer balls, Teflon pans, go.
Body, like putting on things in the body, right? So like body care products. The first one is antiperspirants. Those are an absolute no-go. Antiperspirants specifically contain aluminum that shrink the pores that prevent sweating. I mean, that's just what they do. But the bioaccumulative effects of aluminum are very neurodegenerative. So they're going to create degeneration within the neurons of the brain, right? So that's where we talk about Alzheimer's, dementia, and so on and so forth. So antiperspirants are an absolute no. In lieu of that, right, we want to use that natural deodorant. One of my favorites out there is called Native, Native. You can get it at Target. And what I like about it, actually contains a probiotic in it that's good for the skin. Your whole skin is a bacterial-rich organism, so you're actually putting natural, good bacteria back under the armpits that actually help fight off odor. So antiperspirants are an absolute no-go.
The second and the third one, Tide, I mean, that's the thing that you're wearing every day.
Every day.
And I think once you get into hearing more about what you're saying and then you dig down deeper, because I have learned you have to do research yourself.
You do.
You have to. And simple things like Tide, I mean, don't get me wrong, Tide smells good, but once you kind of look at the effects of it, it makes you mad sometimes.
I can't believe it's on the market. I mean, it just legitimately, I don't know how they're allowing these chemicals to be put on the market in our bodies. And, right, so we can control what we can control, and we can't control certain things. We can't control allergens in the air, right? We live in Knoxville, we can't control that. We can't control certain things in our environment. But one thing that we can control is what we put in our home, on our bodies, and in our bodies. So why don't we just change those things? So even going kind of beyond the deodorants or the antiperspirants is cosmetics. So a lot of women use cosmetics that are very, very harmful to one's body. These have what we call parabens in them. So if you're looking on the back of a bottle, you'll see a lot of times now, a lot of labels are like no parabens and no phthalates. These are very estrogen toxic to the body. They create reproductive harm. And these are things that we're using on our babies. And so when we're just putting on these smell good baby lotions, they could very well be causing reproductive harm, kidney harm, brain harm, and because of these toxins. So look for parabens, look for phthalates. These are very toxic components found within beauty and cosmetic. And again, you've got to do your own research. I'm not going to just give you a brand because there are a few out there. But one of the things that I use just simply, because there's, of course, everyone to each their own. My wife, she's naturally gorgeous, beautiful. She doesn't use makeup. She really doesn't. Yeah. She just walks around without it. So what we use is vitamin E oil, coconut oil, and hyaluronic acid. And so when we get out of the shower after, so we'll typically do like skin brushing, and then we'll shower, and then we'll come out, and then we'll immediately put on a hyaluronic pure acid. So hyaluronic acid is a very soothing, hydrating property that actually causes water to be absorbed and stay within the skin. And then on top of that, we'll do some type of oil like a vitamin E oil or even just a coconut oil. And that's it. That's what we do for our skin care. So just be mindful looking around. Like you said, do your research on these beauty care products, especially when it comes to baby care products. They can be very harmful.
You said something in there, and probably people are like, well, let's go back and talk about that. And I promise, guys, we will talk about skin brushing because that is something that we've implemented in the past, and I know it's a good topic, and we probably could talk about the benefits of it. So hold tight on that skin brushing one because I do think that that's a good another topic. But when it comes to the products that, like what you're saying, I'm going to make an assumption here, and we don't have to go down the rabbit hole. These products that have these items in things that could be harmful for the body, is it safe to say those are inexpensive items and these are large corporations that are selling these items? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, so mass production, right? Mass production, and chemicals are a lot cheaper than extracting nutrients from Earth, right? So naturally from that, it's going to be cheaper. And when there's a mass production, yeah, it'll definitely lower the cost. But to me, I mean, it doesn't get much cheaper than just throwing some coconut oil on the body.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's a natural sunscreen. So even kind of going into the cosmetics component, body products, a lot of people are like, put sunscreen on. But sunscreen is probably one of the most cancer-causing body topical products we put on. And we think we're doing actually good for our bodies. Like, hey, we're preventing sun-based skin cancers. But no, your skin has natural antioxidant properties. And so your skin plus sun plus nutrition causes cancer. Skin and sun doesn't do it alone. What is the environment that's being burned? What does that environment look like? Okay. And so just like bacon in the oven, if you overcook it, turns brown, right? Because bacon's just a bunch of bad fat and toxins in it, right?
But it's good.
It is so good. It's so good. So the skin is the same way. Like if there's a bunch of toxic load in the skin, it's going to cause melanomas and squamous cell and basal cell carcinomas. But if the environment is healthy and we're using like a natural based oil that prevents the skin from burning, like coconut oil, and the coconut oil actually has a natural SPF component to it, then that's where we're winning in the sun cancer world.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's talk about that. Okay. I mean, no, because summer's coming up.
Yes.
Families are going on vacation.
Right.
I myself are going on vacation. I've got a 7-month-old. I've worn sunscreen. I've gotten healthy sunscreen. The listener on here maybe have had healthy sunscreen. Do you just say, cold turkey, we're going to start putting on coconut oil on the beach, lathering it up? Or, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm at the beach in 2 weeks, and I don't want to get sunburnt.
Yeah.
So, do I just lather up in coconut oil and then come in at night and be like, well, Dr. Barrett told me I was going to be fine, and I look like a lobster. So, what do people do?
Yeah, just think of it this way. Think of it this way, right? So, back maybe a couple thousand years ago.
I knew you were. Well, we didn't have water babies a couple years, 2,000 years ago.
We didn't just travel from Alaska to Florida in a day, right? And so we've got Alaskan skin with the Florida sun. Like, that's not a win. You're going to burn. You're going to be a lobster, okay? But, I mean, if you live in Florida or if you live in Knoxville and you naturally develop a tone to your skin with melanocyte secretion, well, then naturally you're going to have a protection, a barrier, right? But no, absolutely not. If you live somewhere and then go somewhere very sunny, live somewhere that's not as sunny, go somewhere sunny, you're going to burn. So my recommendation is slowly start building your quote-unquote tan, your base level tan, to help your body be a little more adaptable in the sun. And if it's the case where you're, going from winter to Florida in 90 degrees from 60 degrees, you're probably going to need some type of natural mineral-based suntan lotion, like the classic zinc-based suntan lotions.
Okay.
And or just put on clothing and protect your skin. Like that's just logical. Like, hey, we want to protect our skin if we're changing climates very, very rapidly. But you can build up a natural tan to your body. You just want to do it mindfully. Just like working out. If you haven't worked out, you're not going to come in here and just do what we just did. You'll be in the hospital with rhabdo. So
I may be in the hospital with rhabdo anyway.
That's probably true. So the same thing's true with anything else, especially with sun.
You got a baby. You're listening to this. What should
Clothing, yeah.
Clothing, okay.
That's the best thing for babies is the long sleeve tops and pants, hat. Put them under an umbrella if you're going to hang out on the beach all day.
What about sand? How do you get sand out of diapers? I'm kidding.
We just let our babies run around naked and just bury the poop. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, gosh. All right, next one.
Plastic. Are you saying you've never pooped in the ocean before?
No. I've never pooped in the ocean. Have you pooped in the ocean?
Many times.
My gosh.
I lived in Florida. All you do is swim in the beach all day out in no man's land, or when you're fishing.
Okay.
You got to poop somewhere.
All right. Listeners, if you have pooped in the ocean, please either DM us on Instagram. You have pooped in the ocean.
We should do a survey on Instagram. Have you pooped in the ocean?
You have pooped in the ocean?
Many times.
Okay. How about this? This is totally random. If the first listener to call and say, yep, I poop in the ocean, what do they get from the office? How about that? Totally doing this off What do they get?
I don't know, like $50 worth of any supplement in the office.
Okay, you heard it here. Minute 19 of the podcast. The first person to admit, this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. You've pooped in the ocean.
Yeah. Again, when you're fishing on a boat, you don't poop on the boat. You stick your butt over or you jump in the water and you poop.
Oh my gosh.
You get both. It's two in one. You get cleaned at the same time.
With salt water.
It's so good. So good.
First listener to call in either Arm or Health, and we shouldn't tell Anna or whoever is going to answer the phone call, and they're going to be like, you have to say, this is what you have to say. You have to say, hey, I listen to the podcast, and I proudly admit that I've pooped in the ocean, and you get $50 off a supplement in the office.
Yeah, make sure the team knows that we put this challenge on the podcast because we're not going to tell them. We just want to see what their reaction is. So
there you go. Okay, now that we've talked about that, go on to the next thing. That's pooped in the ocean? What?
So many times. I've done a lot of things in the ocean. Have you had sex in the ocean?
No.
What?
What? No, I haven't. Where have I had? There's people around.
Well, it's darker in the ocean than a pool. It's obvious in a pool.
Oh my gosh, Becky. Oh, I feel what?
She's gonna get so many comments like, "What is?" Okay, your husband has admitted many things on the podcast.
That comment about sex in the ocean officially has flagged this as an 18+ episode. So,
really?
I think, yeah, it probably does. But that's okay. If we're not going to run a challenge about if you've had sex in the ocean, don't really care to know about that. But other than the poop one, that's funny.
Last night at dinner, I told my 10, 8, and 6-year-old about sex.
Oh, yeah.
We had a conversation like, here's a penis, here's a vagina. And we just like anatomically talked about it. And it was good, man. I think those conversations need to happen quicker than later, sooner than later, especially with our culture today. And you don't want the culture to tell your kids first what a penis and a vagina is. You know? So
yeah,
we use the term for what it is. It's not like wee and whoa or whatever you're going to call it. I don't know what people call it nowadays. It is what it is.
You got to have a conversation or somebody else is.
Plastic water bottles.
How did we get on this topic? Please go on plastic water bottles.
It's the best 4-minute diversion ever. So plastic water bottles, plastic products, plastic baby toys. This is contained, especially anything that your child's actually chewing on. But, a lot of this is what we call Tupperware, I think is the name, Tupperware. What, you've never heard that term before?
Tupperware?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Tupperware?
Tupper? Is it with a P or a B? Obviously, you can tell how much I use Tupperware.
Oh, Tupper. Are you talking about what you put your food in?
Yeah.
It's Tupperware.
How do you spell it?
I think Tupp. I don't know.
Tupperware.
It's P, right?
Tupperwar.
It's Tupperware.
That's amazing.
Tupperware.
There
you go. Okay.
It's Tupperware. So Tupperware. So any type of like Ziploc bags,
Yeah.
baby care products, that's plastic. That all contains BPA, bisphenol A, which is I can name chemical agents all day long. I just don't know.
Tupperware.
Yeah. And so these are really toxic, mainly from a hormonal standpoint. So bisphenol A is a estrogen toxin, so it really affects reproductive organs or any organ that technically has estrogen receptors on it.
I mean, what's an easy switch for plastic bags, though? I mean, if kids they pack their lunches, it's easy.
Okay, yeah, good question. So what we do is we use this like parchment paper. And then we'll wrap whatever we want in parchment paper.
You can get that at Amazon, or not Amazon. Well, you can get it at Amazon, but you can get it at Target too. Wax paper?
Yeah, it's non-waxed. Parchment paper is non-waxed.
Okay.
It's just a heavy-duty paper that you can cook with that has high temperature readings on it. So you can wrap things in it, and then obviously, if you want to, you can put it in a plastic container. Plastic, and especially when it's heated, becomes very, very toxic. So,
and then glass containers as well. We've made that switch to glass containers,
and
you can get that stuff off Amazon and
Pyrex.
Yeah, it's easier to clean too.
So much easier.
So much easier.
Just be mindful of those plastic food containers, plastic bags, and plastic baby toys that we put things in, and Microwaves.
I knew you were going to say microwaves.
I can't believe they're still making those things with how damaging they are to our food supply. Like the protein denatures, heats it internally, creates a ton of electromagnetic frequencies in the house. But anyway, microwaves are no-go. We actually have a microwave in our house, like it's above our range. And so we just use it to store stuff. And so a lot of homes nowadays actually aren't even putting microwaves in. It's just large ranges.
But again, someone's done it. We've done it. People have done it their whole lives. How do you switch?
Well, I would just go to like an air fryer, like an air oven.
Okay.
So air fryers are great.
Microwaves make it convenient.
Yeah, they do. But air fryers are definitely speeding up the process because we want things quick. So it definitely helps speed that process up a little bit.
Cool. Okay.
I would say the big thing is your cleaning agents, right? We talked about that last week a little bit with chlorine and bleach, but it is important to continue to think about the phthalates, the chlorine, the organic chemicals that are found in most cleaning products. So in lieu of that, honestly, just a little bit of like water, vinegar, and lemon essential oil will do the job. So I would start switching out your cleaning products, especially anything that has bleach in it.
Cleaning products, they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're absolutely everywhere. Do you suggest a brand, a couple of brands? I mean, if people were to make a switch, I mean, I know I've got some that we use in the house, but I mean, that seems like microwave is a different animal to switch.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning agents, not so much.
Which one do you guys use?
The cleaning agent?
Yeah.
The Branch Basics.
Yeah. I think that one is top of the list, right? Myers isn't as clean, but that one's out there as well. And then they make this this one product that you put this pack of baking soda in.
Yep.
That converts it into like an ozonated water.
Yep.
And so that's another thing to look into. But I would definitely say, like what you mentioned, just going out to the store, Target, Walmart's. I mean, most of those are going to have Branch Basics. I got one more.
Go. So
we're going to just kind of label this as flame retardants. But this is probably your biggest cancer former in your house and cancer creating toxin. So flame retardants are typically found in, the big one is mattresses. So mattresses, rugs, couches, furniture. When you open up a rug, you smell that like chemical smell. Those are flame retardants. That's extremely carcinogenic, cancer forming to the body. Well, most people are sleeping on some type of mattress that usually has like foam material in it. So for instance, you have the memory foam. Memory foam is extremely toxic. Those foams that are used are, again, cancer forming. You're using that 33% of the day. If you sleep 8 hours a day, 24 hours in a day, that's 1/3 of your day is spent on cancer forming products. So memory foam mattresses, even non-organic latex mattresses, couches, rugs. So and carpets, new carpet. I mean, gosh, that's a big one. So you're kind of not going to escape that to some degree, but you can look at what we call GOLS certified, GOLS, and GOAT certified, GOTS, for mattresses, or CertaPure, CERTI Pure, PUR, CertaPure mattresses. So those are going to be ones that don't contain those really heavily toxic flame retardants. Furniture is furniture. Leather's preferable. And then when you look at rugs, just let them air out in the garage maybe for a few days. The off-gassing, you want to let it happen on outside in the garage, or if it's sunny for a few days, just leave it out in the sun for a few days. Let that kind of heat up and let all that off-gassing happen outside. But that's going to help minimize the effects of that off-gassing coming from new products. And if you can, buy used. Not necessarily mattresses used, but sometimes furniture used especially even your classic like wood-based furniture still have a coating on them. So even used furniture can help decrease the effects on these chemical properties.
That's something you probably don't even hear much about. I mean, that's the first time that I've heard. I mean, I know of mattresses and the foam and stuff like that, but that's good. So GOLS, GOTS, and Certipure. Is that correct?
That's right.
Those are the 3 things to look out for. Awesome. Mattresses, rugs, couches. All right, so I've got 9 down here. You've got Teflon pans, cleaning detergents, antiperspirants, cosmetics, sunscreen, anything
Sex on
with
the beach.
that weird tangent that we went down, that one, sex on the beach, sunscreen, plastic, anything, microwaves, cleaning agents, flame retardants. That's nice. That's a good one. That's good right there.
It's good.
Going into the spring.
Let's roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to episode 14 of the Real Health Podcast with Dr. B. Don't forget, we have a sweepstakes per se. It's a contest.
Yeah.
It's a contest, and I can't wait to see who actually calls in and gets this. So let us know, and we will announce it on Instagram.
And we're going to announce your name. We're going to announce where it happened.
That's amazing.
It
Guys.
is HIPAA violation. We'll keep it undercover.
Yeah, but hey, you'll get $50 worth. And you get $50 worth of supplements. Thanks so much for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Before you hit X, hold on 1 second. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the podcast today with Dr. B. 2 things that would really help the Real Health Podcast movement. 1, share it on your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, wherever you're on a social network. And 2, if you go to Apple Podcast and you scroll down, give us a 5-star rating and give us a review. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you next episode.